Hey, what's happening YouTube? Hope you guys are well today. What is going on? So, in today's video, I'm not going to say too much, but I will tell you that I will likely be taking a short break from making consistent videos, but I will see. I'm just saying that right now because that's what I feel. Generally, in regards to the markets, very slow activity in the last couple of days, and I think generally it's a good week to take some time off. And also, generally, the reason why I'm taking time off is because I kind of made a big mistake in my account. So if you watched the last couple of videos, I would have told you that I had a short position on and I decided to keep the position on over the weekend. And guess what happened? Well, we woke up Sunday to the market just sort of grinding slowly up, and then I woke up Monday morning and then we shot up higher. So I was holding this short position kind of short around the 1090 mark, 9250 to be precise. And this was my argument, I'll tell you right away. So it was the fact that my account was sitting right below my margin requirement to continue trading. And I said to myself, all right, there's a likely chance that if I hold this position that it's going to be at least a break even or a winner, and I'll be able to get my account back without having to deposit additional funds. So because I said that to myself, I believed it so strongly that the market was going to in fact come down and probably fill up this rest of this profile here and trade down to about this 60 zone, 66, and fill up this sort of profile. You see what I'm looking at right there? But we didn't get that. In fact, we got the low volume float and the exact opposite, NASDAQ all-time highs, S&P 500 practically all-time highs, right? So I was wrong. And the reason why I didn't cut my trade sooner was simply because of that. It was because of the fact that I had told myself that, all right, I'll give it a couple of days. So what happened there was I was very lenient with the trade. It was a trade that was offside, and I was simply too lenient with it, and I let it get as offside as it could get until the broker liquidated the position, which is good, in fact. So they liquidated my position today because my account dipped under the margin requirement to be able to hold that contract. And IB is the broker. They have strict margin requirements. And I will tell you one thing is that if I was with any other broker, number one, I would have been over leveraged out of my arse on this trade because I would have definitely added to the trade if I could have, right? And number two, since there would be more lenient margin requirements, I would still probably be in the trade while NASDAQ's trading at 370 here. And, I'd be short at 9250. Maybe I would have averaged down once or twice. Probably my average would still be around 230. So I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to be short at 230 while we're trading at 370. And NASDAQ and Blue Sky breakout. So what ended up happening was the broker liquidated the contract. It was only one contract of the micro NASDAQ futures, and the loss was about $400. So if convert that to Canadian, it's about my rent payment for 1 month. So, it's not the end of the world in terms of dollar value, but what is the end of the world for me is the fact that I allow myself to do this, right? And this is what trading will do to you, is that if you're not careful and you don't have strict guidelines, the market's going to push you to your extreme point. And if at any moment you give out, the market's going to take advantage of you, and then you're going to be at the discretion of the market. And that's not a position you want to be as a trader. So again, I'll say it is that if IB didn't have strict margin requirements, I would have been over leveraged out of my ass and probably blowing up a lot more capital than I did. All right. So I'm happy they liquidated it. And obviously I would have been more happy if the market traded lower and potentially gave me a chance to get out. But again, it was my responsibility for staying in the trade, and it was my responsibility to take off the trade, in fact. So Friday, I was watching very closely when we traded down to this 96 here. I was only 4 points offside at that point, and I could have taken it off. It was right in front of me. And the only thing that stopped me was myself, was the fact that I was so fixated on the fact that we're consolidating here and we will likely come down next week to test the lower part of this profile. And at no moment did I think deeply about what I would do if I was drastically wrong and the NASDAQ would go to all-time highs next week. I didn't focus on that because you don't want to focus on the bad situation, obviously, and that's a natural tendency, of course. That being said, guys, I'm taking a break from trading for now because I personally don't have a lot of capital to dispose of and start trading with at this point. Look, I'm self-employed and I need to focus on getting some steady income going before I can get back to trading. I might be a good trader, I might be knowledgeable in what I'm doing, but at the end of the day, this is how it goes. So we're going to take at least we're going to take a bit of time off here and just see how it goes. And honestly, paper trading's cool, but it's not the same thing. You can paper trade all you want, but it's never going to be the same as live trading. It just never will. The entries and exits might, but the way you perceive the wins and losses, the way you are affected is always going to be different when you're trading with real money, of course. All right, guys. So that being said, this is a short video that I decided to make. So the S&Ps did in fact hit an all-time high very briefly yesterday. This was an all-time high if you look at the SPX levels, but in regards to the continuous contract, it is not an all-time high. But again, looking at SPX, it was an all-time high that was traded in the after-hour session yesterday. So we're trading below that level currently, and I think we might have briefly tested it, but we're not quite there yet. So the S&P's flirting with all-time highs here. NASDAQ is easily at all-time highs at this point, and certain names, we got these big high flyer names like Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, ZM, Shopify, and you know, these big freaking high flyers, man, one day they will be amazing shorts. One day. Today is not that day, unfortunately. So there's a look at ZM for you. These names reach a point where it's practically just hype and euphoria driving the market, you know. So you kind of have to play into it, and shorts, you know, get squeezed out of their bums, and that's just how it works. All right, guys. So I'm taking a break from making videos just because that is in the natural flow for right now. But I'm saying that today, but tomorrow might be a different story. Maybe tomorrow I'll come out and post a video. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoy the content. Take care. All the best. Ciao.